Hello, this is Renee Esquivel, and you're tuning into my YouTube channel, Technologist on the Go. Well, I don't think there's any tool, short of prayer, that's more important than having a vehicle. Without the vehicle, I can't function in this profession. I live in Metro Atlanta, and I go into Tennessee, I go into Alabama, I go to North Carolina on assignments, and I put on anywhere between 80 and 90,000 miles a year on my vehicle, and maybe it was all the mileage that I incurred in a short period of time. More likely, I think a likely defect in the 2013 Prius models that prior models and subsequent models didn't have. But my vehicle, as it turns out, was more likely to get a blown head gasket than other models. And what I did to not resolve it, but manage, is use K-Seal. I started with this, and it did a wonderful job. My vehicle went within 15 minutes from blowing plumes of white smoke out of the exhaust when I turned it on, to piping out some white smoke out of the exhaust pipe, but you'd have to look at the exhaust pipe to see it. It was greatly reduced. Now, I do also want to apologize. I don't have the footage I took. I meant to put together a very, very good how-to in terms of the fix. It had me pouring this into the coolant reservoir in my Prius, and then I had camera in the back, a GoPro recording the changes, and I lost all the footage. I started putting this together in March of 2021, and I lost it all. In the end, though, I finally decided to go with what little footage I had, and what I had was more of the vlog or vlogging segment of it than it was to show actual any how-to, but there really isn't much to it. Just pour it into the coolant reservoir of your vehicle. But I lost all that footage, and I still put this together because I believe it will help people just to know. Maybe not as nice as it would have done with all the other footage, but at least you'll see what I'm doing, and I really trust that will be of help. And please give me a like and subscribe. I do appreciate all the support I get, and I will counter-subscribe back for two reasons. One, out of appreciation for your support, and also to help you out as well, so that we all help each other out. That's a good thing, right? So let's get right into this, okay? Thank you. Hello, this is Renee Esquivel, and you're watching my YouTube channel, Technologist on the Go. One of this, probably the most important tool I have is my vehicle. And recently it's been developing this hard idle, especially when I start the car up, or sometimes I'm driving at low speeds, and where the engine starts to shake or vibrate, knock, sometimes very forcefully. And I've noticed my it's like smoke comes out, white smoke comes out of the emission. I get a strange smell, and my coolant level consistently drops. So I had the car inspected, and I was told that it's a blown head gasket. The dealership wanted over $6,000 to replace the engine. I don't know that that's necessary for simply a gasket. It's a simple piece, but it's horrendous to get to. So for the interim, I'm going to try a product called Steel Seal. I saw good reviews on it, particularly some with the Prius, that should be able to seal that up, and I hope it will, because I need about 2 more years out of this vehicle before I can really afford to move on to something more newer and better. So I'm going to give it a try, and let's see what happens. I should add too that less than 30 days from when I need to get the car an emissions test for the annual registration. I don't think there's any way it's going to pass emissions, generating a P302 code for the one cylinder that gets the coolant into it, and without smoke bellowing out the back. So hopefully it's got to work, otherwise I'm gonna have to figure something out in the next 30 days. It's been an hour and 27 minutes since I installed the
turn left on Barrett Parkway.
Since I installed the steel seal, and while the car is still bellowing smoke, I have noticed that when I slow down, the car does not rattle, and thankfully still no check engine light. So all those are positive signs. The car seems to have good power, but it wasn't losing power, so it wasn't to the leak in the head gasket wasn't to the point that it was losing engine power. Although when I would put in a fuel additive to, clean out the engine, the car did have much better pickup after that, but only for about a tank of gasoline, because I didn't realize the head gasket was siphoning off strength. So yeah, it has lost strength, but it was so gradual that I didn't notice it, and it also wasn't affecting my ability to pick up and speed up if I need to. I don't drive fast though, by the way. But so anyway, I'm just chronicling how things are going, and I will be doing it throughout the day, because I probably am gonna.
In a quarter of a mile, turn right.
I probably end up driving a couple hundred miles today for work assignments, possibly up to about 350 to 400 if I can squeeze in another
turn right
assignment.
on Marathon Circle.
Okay, it's currently April 15th, 2001, and I just went in to get my emissions test, since I need to get that done. It was a big deal, wondering how it was going to turn out, given the fact that this car used to belch out the white smoke. I just thought it was going to have a real issue with emissions doing all that. But since I put in that $20 solution, the steel seal, I wanted to see, not only did it greatly reduce all of the issues there, but I wanted to see how it would do on my emissions test, and I passed. The car passed the test, as I'll show you shortly. Here you see the emissions test. Now, I don't want to put a whole lot of personal information, because it does have my license plate number, but as you can see, just so you can know that this is no joke, there's my Prius, and scroll down there, and you can see catalytic converter present, and you see it. I should add that one of the other things that was significant about the way this passing the emissions is I haven't had a single incident of a check engine code being generated since I used the steel seal. And it's been well over 1,000, I think it's over 2,000 miles I've been driving since I did that. And that absolutely would have been a showstopper with the emissions test. And they would have required at least 100 miles of driving after the check engine light to verify that it was in fact fixed. But I have over 2,000, and it hasn't occurred since. So it's doing its job. There still is a bit of a leak. It's a very slow leak of coolant that gets into the mixes in with the I guess at the oil or something, is it? But I'm gonna let the coolant drain down to where it's a little bit low in the reservoir, and then I'm going to apply another bottle of the steel seal, or at least a half a bottle, and I believe that should completely seal it at this point. Apparently the head gasket that blew must have really been bad, but it is well, how well it is? Well, as you see the proof there, well enough to freaking pass the emissions test. So with that, I should have this ready so that other people can see and likewise benefit, and hopefully save a bigger chunk of money, at least as I have done for the time being. And hopefully it will be, as it says, a permanent fix. Okay, I just wanted you to see how many miles I have on the Prius. It's 354,679. That's 104,000 miles since I added the first K-Seal. And I guess that really speaks for itself. I hope you enjoyed the video and found value in it. If you were looking for more of a do-it-yourself detail thing, please don't judge me too harshly. That was my intention to deliver that as well. But I do believe the fact that I've been able to get 100,000 miles, adding in an additional, bottle of K-Seal every, I think I've actually done about 5 applications, so it's about 20,000 miles per bottle, and the Prius is going fine. I drive wherever I need to drive, and I do so safely and reliably. So it saved me an awful lot of money, or really I can't say it saved me because it kept me from spending or having to find a way to spend money I really didn't have. But it's been a real blessing to have it. It's very affordable. Maybe in your case, one application will do the trick, but if not, I've done multiple applications and I've gotten a good mileage on it. So please post your comments. I'm not a mechanic, but I'll certainly share with you what I've been able to learn. And give me a like and subscribe again, please. And I will do the same for you. And until the next video,